Hello my friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's Mama Ming here. In today's video, I want to do a video sharing how much does a baby cost in the first year of their lives. So if this is the first time you're on my channel, I have a son who's currently about 18 months, and I wanted to do this video a long time ago because a lot of people have been asking me like, how much does it cost to raise a baby? Because every time I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to pay for this. Oh my gosh, I have to pay for that. So how much does it actually cost in total raising a baby? They wonder how much they should save, at least for the first several years. So I think this video maybe help you out. Also, before we start, I just want to do a disclaimer. Everyone is different. Every state is different. Living expenses is different. I live in Texas in the United States, and it's expensive here, but not as expensive as New York, California, those huge major cities and more crowded states. So while it is more expensive to raise a baby in the US, it's actually a little bit cheaper in Texas. All right, without further ado, let's get into today's video. I have my accounting done here in my notebook. So if I look down, look around, that is because I'm referring to my notes. All right, so the first thing is hospital bill. So here, I just want to do a disclaimer, depending on if you have insurance, what type of insurance that you have, it may be a little bit different with your entire prenatal care, if you use a midwife or if you use an OB/GYN. However, like when it comes to the hospital bill, it's actually pretty high. I have a very uncomplicated birth. I did use epidural, even though it didn't work until I started pushing, but that's an extra charge. And I didn't do a lot of inductions, except for they gave me a little bit oxytocin at the beginning, and also during the delivery of placenta, they give it to everyone to deliver placenta. So that is also pretty standard. So I have a pretty natural vaginal birth, uncomplicated in the hospital, and I do have insurance with my previous job, and my hospital bill was $2,500 for the birth, and it was $500 for just the early checkup for my son. So together it was $3,000, and this doesn't include any extra medication that you will have to take in the future if it's needed. So I would say the hospital bill with insurance for me was $3,000, not including the following up with whatever with my son. So that is actually pretty high. So that is the hospital bill. So after the hospital bill, of course, you have other medical bills. So I'm just gonna, use my son's medical bill instead of mine, even though even if you didn't have a son, you wouldn't have to go through a postnatal follow-up. So you do need to visit the doctor's appointments very frequently at the beginning, and a little bit more scattered, more scarcely, in terms of after like 6 months you don't visit doctors as often. But it depends on your deductibles. It also depends on if your baby gets sick. So my baby did get sick, get flu once, went to the doctor, went to the hospital, and got 125 medical bills. He also go to dentist just once every 6 months. So that after the insurance, it was $124 too. $119, $120. I think that was like our deductible. So, and when I also visit like normal routine, you have a little bit of the deductibles, like maybe $10, $20. So I would say that in terms of the medical bill in the first year, it comes down to about $500 to $700, including all the medications. He has an EpiPen because he has an egg allergy, including other pills, other medications, prescriptive medicines, or the doctor told us to get it over the counter, or when he gets a little bit of gas or whatever. So the medical bill is about $500 to $700, and that is considering that our baby is pretty healthy without any birth complications, without any health issues, and we do have insurance to cover it. And I'm not going to include the insurance here, just so that it depends on what insurance you have, right? If you have insurance with your job or individual insurance. So overall, the medical bill for the delivery for the baby and for the first year of the baby's medical bill ranges about $3,500 to $4,000, depending on if your insurance. But I'm just pretty lucky that baby is born healthy. I don't have any complications during the labor, and I have a pretty natural labor, so I'm incredibly grateful for that. So about $3,500 to $4,000 for medical bill in the first year. Okay, moving on, essentials. So we have a crib. We bought a pretty sturdy crib for $200. A crib mattress is $200. So the crib itself is $400. And to be honest with you, just save money on this. I regret buying the crib. We should have just bought the pack and play because the baby's still living in the pack and play. So crib to us was almost completely unused except for several times. So that money could have been saved, but it's pretty standard to have a crib. So $400 for crib and mattress. The mattress cover was about $20 at the beginning. It was really helpful because he was like wet diaper, he couldn't control his bowel movement as much. The pack and play was a great buy. Definitely get a pack and play. It was about $100, but I think there has been inflation going on from a year ago that we bought it, so I think it's been 100 to 120. Let's just put it 100. The car seat, we bought the Duna car seat for the newborn phase, and it was $500. And of course, you don't have to buy Duna. You can just buy a regular car seat, which is about $200. However, after about 10-11 months, your baby will be transitioned to a toddler car seat, so that would be another $200. So in terms of car seat, it would have been $500 plus the $200. But let me tell you why I love Duna, because it's a car seat / stroller. So we didn't actually buy any stroller in the first year until the second year when he needs a toddler stroller, a travel toddler stroller. So, but let's just not counting the toddler stroller. So just the car seat, it was $500 and $200. But luckily we inherited the car seat from my friend for the later, which is a great deal. But considering not everyone has family around them that can, donate the hand-me-downs. So we'll just add that car seat, $500 plus $200. Highchair, we got a pretty average Highchair. There's the cheaper versions, but I really like the one we have from Graco. I will link it down below. It's $149, and we actually got it on sale during the Prime Day. Usually I think it's like $169. Moving on, we have a baby lounger where he loves to sleep and take naps. It's not safe sleep, but my baby loves that thing. It was from Snuggle Me Organic. I will link it down below. It was $100 each, and we have 2 of those, and those are actually, you have to have 2 because he will puke, he will pee, he will poop on the first one, so you have to wash the first one, but he will still take naps, so you have a second one, so that's $200. But that's a baby lounger. Afterwards it has a toddler lounger, and it's about $130, and we just bought one actually for the longest time. You switch from the infant lounger to toddler lounger about 9 to 11 months old, so I still bought it in the first year of life. So 2 of the 130 will be $260. Again, like, you don't need to have 2 for the toddler lounger, but he sometimes has like stomach issues. The infant bathtub was about $80. Honestly, he only took bath in the bathtub in the first 4 months, and he started just taking shower with me in the bathtub, in a regular bathtub. So $80 was just only used for the first 4 months, and also the shampoo, conditioner stuff, and it's about $20 per month, I would say, so times 12 months. So in total, the bath product is $320 for the first year. Health supplies, we have nails, thermometer, teething rings, or whatever. It's about $100 plus sometimes diaper pails, sometimes other things like the ointment that we put on him because he has eczema. It's about $220, so it's like $100 for the first initial investment, and then $10 times 12 months, so it's $220. The Bouncer Swinger, we didn't buy the Mama-Roo, thank God. We actually took him to his cousin's house. He didn't even like the Mama-Roo. It was $40. The one that we have was like pretty cheap, and the swinger was $100. So the bouncer was 40, a swinger is 100. He only used it up until 4 months of age, so it's $140 in total for the first year. The playpen that we bought in the first year was $100 so that I can quarantine him in the playpen. I started using the playpen at 4 months and stopped using it around 12 months. So $100 for the playpen. All right, Playmat and Playgym, very useful at the beginning of stage, especially when he was learning like turning, when he was learning lifting his head. So Playmat and the piano Playgym, the Playmat was from Love Airy. It was expensive, $100, but great quality. And the Kick and Play Playgym was pretty affordable, about $40, so $140 total. To baby-proof our house, you have to buy a bunch of supplies. Once the baby started being mobile, you need to baby-proof the house. It was about $200 for us to get all of the supplies to baby-proof everything. So that is an investment on its own. All right, so the feeding, I breastfed the baby for about 14 months, but starting at 14 months, starting at 12 months, I started mixing my breast milk with regular cow's milk. So our insurance covers partial payment of the pump, but I still have to pay the deductible, whatever, for the pump, or the additional. It was $100 for the pump. Later, I bought a second pump at a cheaper price, like $69 at a clearance. But let's just keep the first one because most people just buy one or two. So it was $100. The bottles, oh my gosh, you rent them out because he chews on the bottle things. It was about $100. The bottle replacement was about $20 for 5. I bought it 5 times, and you have to get the pump replacement. So the whole pumping supply was about $300 to $400 just because I bought a second pump. But if you didn't buy the second pump, you could have just spent $300. The breast milk storage bag was very useful. I froze a lot of the breast milk. It was about $100. I think I bought it several times, and I think I spent about $100 to $150. Let's just do it on the lower end, $100, because I have an oversupply of milk. I understand not everyone have an oversupply of milk. Formula. Okay, so if you do decide to supplement with formula, or if you for some reason are not able to breastfeed, or if you don't want to be breastfeeding, you do need to, buy formula. Okay, so this is the place where I saved a lot of money, because if I completely used breast milk for the first at least 12 months, so I saved a lot of money. But then I started to supplement with the cow's milks and formula after 12 months. The formulas are expensive. So on average, each formula is about each can's about $40 and then or $42 on average, I think. And you need to buy it if you're exclusively on the formula, you buy it once a week and times 12 months. So your formula, depending on the quality of formula, the brands, and how fancy, how expensive you want the formula be, it will range between $2,000 to $3,000. Actually, this is my calculation just because, certain formulas that I'm looking at are not that expensive. But I also look at online. Apparently, if you exclusively use formula, it could range from $2,000 to $4,500 per year. And I understand breastfeeding is very, very hard. It takes a huge toll on your body, your time, and it's every day your life revolves around the pumping or breastfeeding immediately. Then you're stuck with your baby. I mean, to a lot of people, it's a blessing, but for me, I just need a break sometimes, so I pump, and then the pumping part, the washing, it's a mental toll, physical toll. So I understand if anyone chooses not to breastfeed or supplement at least, but depending on the type of supplements, or if you're full on formula, what type of formula, $2,000 to $4,500 a year in total. So if you breastfeed, for me, I saved $4,000. Okay, diapers. Diaper bag, we bought a more expensive one. It was $80, but we also got a cheaper one. It was about $40, so it's like $120. Diapers, super expensive. It's about $50 per month times 12, so that's $600. The wipes, I use it a lot, not only for when I change diapers, but when he eats or whatever, started solid food. It was about $30 per month times 12, so that's like $360. And let me tell you, these are conservative estimates. I think personally, I changed diaper more frequently at the beginning, and I wasted a lot of wipes because my baby poops a lot every day. Some baby doesn't poop every single day, but my baby poops once or twice a day, so that's why I use more wipes. So I think from diaper to diaper wipe, it was about $1,000 in the first year. Diaper pail was $80. It's a great one from Ubi. I will link it down below. The trash bags is about $50 because you need a trash bag for the diaper pail. So diaper changing stuff, it's already like over $1,000. Again, I think actually it's over maybe $1,500 if you like buy some fancy stuff, fancy diapers. I don't, but a lot of moms, they buy nicer diapers, more luxurious diapers. The price can go up more. All right, clothing. We got lucky on this one because my baby has a cousin who's like a year older, like actually 10 months older. So we inherited most of the clothes, but we still sometimes, if I see a super cute outfit, I will buy it for him. So for the newborn clothes, we didn't use much. My baby was very small, so we actually use it for longer. You just need about 5 of the one piece, 5 of the 2 pieces, 10 outfits, usually enough for most of the people. So I would say the newborn clothes is about $50 to $100 just for newborn. 0 to 3 months, if you have 10 outfits, it's about $100. 3 to 6 months, if you have 10 outfits, it's about $100. Considering if you buy it from non-name brand from Target, if you buy a name brand like Disney or whatever, it will go even higher. 6 to 9 months, $100. 9 to 12 months, $100. The thing is that the baby grows so fast in the first year. It's like every 3 months you need to change it to a different batch. That's why you need like different types of clothes. I didn't buy much, but if you do buy clothes, it's about $500 just on clothing in the first year of life. And this doesn't include the bibs or whatever. I actually didn't buy a lot of bibs because he doesn't like it. I didn't buy much like the burping towels. I know a lot of people do. I inherited some. I actually bought some, but we didn't use a lot. But we also got some of the swaddle towels at the beginning. So those together is another $100. So together, the clothing is about $600. And that is on this assumption that you buy minimal clothing. Like most of the moms that I know buy more than 10 pieces per growth period, but $600 to me is enough because I wash the clothes a lot. But if you're busy, have a full-time job, probably need to buy more clothes. So $600 on the clothing. All right, now comes to food, because after 6 months you introduce solids. Some people introduce at 4.5 months, some people introduce at 7 months. So solid food, it just becomes expensive. So I bought some baby melts, baby pops. Those are so expensive, because I try to buy the all natural ingredients and stuff, and it's about $550 in the first 6 months, just because my baby really liked the melts, and I was trying to teach with the little puffs, a little snack, and sometimes just to use these things to teach him to eat, including sometimes he gets mad and wastes them. So that is about $550 for me. I buy the fancy ones because I am a food critic. I'm super like healthy in terms of eating. Well, not super healthy. I try to be super healthy. Okay, so the water bowl, the water sippy cups, the water bottle, the little utensils that you try to teach the baby to feed himself, teach him to drink, the straw cups. I don't buy too many. If you go to Target, there usually ranges between $15 to $20. I just bought about 5, but I also got some other ones to try. He didn't like them. So this on the conservative side is about $100, but I'm pretty sure I spent $200 in that. But that will come later. So about food. Now I spend way more money on my baby because his 18 months, he's, completely on solid, of course. So he eats like a human being. But in the first year, between 6 months and 12 months, I spent about $30 extra for him on grocery bills each week, including some like carrots, salmon, broccoli, butternut squash, avocado, those things. At the beginning he didn't eat much, but you still have to buy those additional items. It's about extra $30 per week, so that times 4 times, you know, whatever. So it's about $1,000, and I know it doesn't stop here because we were feeding him a lot of fruit. So I think it's between $1,000 to $2,000 in the first year. And I started feeding him like a little bit of bananas at 4.5 and 5 months. So making a little bit puree with breast milk. So between $1,000 to $2,000 depending on what you feed your baby, of course, and depending on your grocery bills, where you live, how much expensive in your grocery store. All right, containers, all the stuff that I need to use in terms of serving food, all of these stuff, toothbrushes, because he started teething and stuff. It's about, and then the feeding bibs is different from the burping bibs. Together it's about $200 in the first year. And this one, I would say it gets a little bit cheaper because he doesn't use the bibs anymore, but $200 in the first year. Because the problem with the first year is you don't know what your baby likes or uses. So you buy 3 of the products, 3 different varieties, and maybe your baby will like one of the variety and you will rebuy it again. But the problem is, like, you don't know until you try. So they're definitely wasted money right there. He got another stroller, which was $500, I think, and the books that he got was like $200. Actually, a lot of books he got was like from other people, but I still bought some that I think he would like. For toys, we actually didn't buy many toys. It was about $500 in terms of the toys. All right, so now let's take a look at the grand total. So I just did the calculations. So personally for me, based on the products that I actually used, it was about $12,840, not including the formula, because I didn't buy any formula until after 12 months. So it's about $13,000, but I know that like $13,000 is a little bit on the higher end, just because we do kind of spend some stuff on the extras, and sometimes if you're feeling tight, you don't have to buy the extras. If you remove all of the extras, if you just do it a minimal, it would have been about $10,000. So the first year of life, for the first 12 months, it's between $10,000 to $13,000 if you breastfeed. However, if you for some reason choose to not breastfeed, or if you for some reason have a hard time breastfeeding that you need to supplement with formula, remember the formula is between $2,000 to $4,500 for the first year, depending on the packaging. If you're having the bottles, if some formula just came with the bottles, they're more expensive. Some of them come with a powder. Some of them are milk formula. Some of them are more fancy formula. Some of them are regular formula. There's just so many different formula of formulas. So depending on how much you spend in formula, it would range between $2,000 to $4,500, maybe even $5,000. So your final total with the formula would have been about $12,000 to $17,500. So here is our grand total of how much money that it cost to raise a baby for the first year of life. It's between $10,000 at the lowest end. I mean, if you have some support from the government, if you have support from the family, it would have been a different story. I'm just being very generic here. It would have ranged between $10,000 if you are breastfeeding exclusively to about $17,500 if you're using formula. So, and I know that this is assuming that you have a natural birth or whatever. If you have C-section, if you have complications, if your baby is in the NICU, it would have cost more. It would have been like $30,000 to $40,000 in the first year. But hey, I'm incredibly lucky that I have uncomplicated birth, I have a healthy baby. So for me, it was actually about $10,000 personally, only because I inherited the clothing, and a lot of friends and family also gifted us a lot of products. We inherited a lot of clothing, and a lot of friends buy our baby's toys and books. So for me, it was about $10,000 because I'm incredibly lucky that everything went well with my baby and me, and I have all the support from all of my friends and family. It's just amazing. However, if you know, you're not very lucky like me, it could go up to $30,000 to $40,000 if there's a higher medical bill that you have to meet, about like $10,000 to $14,000 deductible. I know my maxed payout out of the pocket is $14,000. So if anything happened, I would have to pay $14,000 in terms of the out of pocket. In addition to that, you'll have to raise the baby. If your baby have other special needs support needed in the first year, that will go up more. So it would become like $30,000 to $40,000 if, you know, it's on the higher end. That is my honest truth. I live in Texas. It's not as expensive here, but I know it's different every place. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Whether if you're having a baby, you're pregnant right now, congratulations. Don't let this video scare you, but it's important to be realistic and start saving money financially before having a baby, so you can give the baby the best care and best toys and best food, you know? And also, if you're thinking about having a baby in the future, maybe in the next 3 to 5 years, I hope this video helped you out to plan financially. That's it for today. If this is the first time, make sure you subscribe and ring the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!